Just you hit on so many great things, especially I want to go back to the idea of femininity, because you hit the nail on the head when it comes to the Black community. Especially any show of femininity kind of cancels out your manhood, essentially. If you show any ounce of femininity, it kind of just negates you being a man. And all of this is just man, woman, whatever. It's bullshit. It's just a construct. And we talked about how being a part of both the Black community and the queer community, but there's also a lot that goes on within both of those, especially the queer community, as far as, like, I guess, sub-identities, and you kind of, you really are a voice for that. You know, you're non-binary, on top of being Black and identifying as queer, and then on top of being, you know, your gender identity is being non-conforming. How has that journey been for you, and what are, like, some of the biggest misconceptions that you kind of face?
I feel like, for one, I feel like with the whole non-binary aspect of being non-conforming, I feel like a lot of people think that there is an image to non-binary, but I think what they don't realize is the point of being non-binary is sort of like saying, I feel comfortable not identifying specifically on one spot in the spectrum, meaning that one day I could wake up and I could feel I'm my most feminine, and one day I could wake up and I could feel I'm my most masculine. It's whatever I feel and how I want to translate that. And I guess people are so used to just man and woman, man and woman, man and woman, that they don't like that idea of not knowing. But I mean, you know, it's something that I feel like everyone needs to learn. It's this ideology, and it just goes all the way back into time. You might have heard of it. It's called mind your fucking business. What I feel and what I do is not of the concern of nobody else. The same way that my sexuality and who I want to fuck, if I am fucking you, don't worry about it. Like, it's like,
that part.
I think people are so interested in controlling other people's lives, but that's the behavior that's taught to people. That's what was taught with this whole, like, I don't think people understand how negatively colonization has embedded into people, and even into some parts of the Black community, where people have become so controlling and they want to control other people's lives. Look at all these people, the Trump fanatics. They're so interested in, like, you know, this and that and that. We need to stop this. We need to stop that. Why? Ain't nobody bothering you. Go home, Catherine. Go take care of your kids and go leave everybody alone. Like, why are you so concerned? That's my thing. And then people make everything about perversion. That's another thing. And it's something that happens to the Black community and to the queer community. People sort of, like, have this thing where they look at queer people as some sort of perversion to nature. If that's the truth, now why the fuck are so many animals are used to homosexual and homoerotic behaviors? It's all a mental mindfuck. It's a social construct. It's that people want to have a control on how everyone is separated and how everything is, like, compartmentalized. The minute you start adding labels into the mix, people get crazy. What was the first thing that people started saying when non-binary and all these things started appearing on the internet and everything? Too many labels, too many labels, too many labels. Well, I'm sorry that your mental capacity is not strong enough to add another file. Like, I'm sorry. Like, am I supposed to feel bad because you're a dumb bitch? Like, am I supposed to be bad because your memory is incapable of remembering to respect another human being? Like, this is why I do what I do, and this is why I feel like as someone who is a queer entertainer, who is also part of the Black community, who is also non-binary, I think it's very important for me to use my platform to speak on these things, because my identity is always being judged. And even if it's not being directly judged, I think what other people don't realize too is that when you judge someone else from the queer community or the non-binary community, or you judge someone else from the Black community, you're judging me. We're all in this together.
I see a lot of people, activists of some sort, to speak politically on what's happening right now, especially people like Amanda Seales, Angela Rye, Diddy's even throwing his hat in, and they're all kind of reverberating the same thing, is that the Black vote is not free. And I want to know from you, because I mean, I feel like a lot of us don't realize that we do have the right to demand things from our elected officials. I want to know, what do you want to see happen for the Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, going forward?
What I want to see is that I feel like Biden has already made this statement that he was going to be very inclusive and have supposedly a black woman as his vice. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. I hope it's true. But I also hope that Biden knows he heavily used the black vote by using the clout from Obama and kind of using that. I don't want him to just use that clout to do it. If you're really going to use that clout, be about it and do something for the black community. Like, when where is he right now? Is he speaking up about this?
I've seen him do some type of conference, and he's like out where protesters are, but I don't see him necessarily marching. I think he's just making appearances here and there to show his face. If I'm being honest, it doesn't seem like he's actually in it. It sounds like he's just there.
Well, you know what? He needs to get his ass up, and he needs to either go to the march, he needs to say something, or he should be using the hell out of that Twitter the same way that our asshole of a president is. Like, first of all, if he could be there typing dumb shit 24/7, I don't understand why Biden, who's literally riding the black vote right now, and not even the young black vote, because let's be real, young black people was not voting for Biden. It's the older black folk were the ones who were like, you know, whatever, because of Obama. Even my mom was like, oh my God, Biden, he said he's gonna do something. I was like, I don't believe him. But okay. I want to see, I hate it when people say shit and they don't put it into fruition. I just want to see him really make a difference for the black community specifically. Especially since he relied on a lot of the black vote when it was the what's it called, the primaries, Democratic primaries, and that's a lot of what helped him push forward. So I want to see him give back to the community, to the use the black community, and then you didn't do shit.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of effort on his part so far. Not any real effort. It sounds like a lot of good words, empty promises, but nothing substantial yet.
Because if he speaks up about Black Lives Matter, he's gonna lose all his white voters, and they're scared because they want to win. But at this point, it's like, fuck the white voters. Like, promise promise something and keep it, and be there, because like really right now the silence that's coming from all these white politicians, especially, is just like really disappointing. Especially because these are the people who are the leaders of our country. They're the leaders of our government. They're the leaders of our like entire like judicial system, our legislation. These are the people who are in charge of our rights. These are the people who are in charge of our rights as humans, down to the bone, down to the teeth. And you're gonna tell me this is a motherfucking democracy? But nobody is saying shit. I mean, you have some people who have always who have always spoke up for the communities, and people get on her for it. She was they call her AOC. AOC. She literally is like someone who I've seen actively speaking up for Black Lives Matter, but she's always stuck up also for the trans community. She's also stuck up for the queer community. Like, why is she not president? Like, can we have someone like who's actually gonna give back, but like doing something? I want to see more of that. I want to see more of even like the smaller people really making a statement on what's going on. Because right now, all I'm seeing is another curfew. We were in a bunker. Another curfew. They're looting. Another curfew. This is that and this and that. And I'm just like, that's not. And like, there was a video too where somebody said, "Oh, so what's gonna happen after the curfew?" And the cop literally responded, "We're gonna start beating the shit out of all of you." Like, what? This is our justice system, our quote unquote justice system, our extremely unjust justice system. We have been living under the rule of white supremacy, acting so like we're safe for too long. And I think this is why this is happening. We're tired of it. We're tired of being picked out, whether we like it or not. We're tired of seeing the shit our parents had to deal with, our grandparents had to deal with, the ancestors. We're scared of what our children, and even if we're not having children, what the future is going to go through. If we don't do something now, it might be like this forever, and that's sad, and that's the truth. And how can you in 2020 really still think like that? Honestly, I wish that they just had. If they said, "Yeah, we done prepared Venus, we done prepared Mars, and we sent all the black people there," I'd be like, "Rip me out, fuck y'all, I'm leaving. Fuck, I'll be living in this hydrochloric, whatever the fuck. It's better than breathing in the same air y'all breathing, where y'all want to dictate everything."
I forgot who said it, but I think it's so true. I feel like the only way, and this is just so fantastical, but I feel like the only way that we could have true equality among all the races is if aliens come, because they will be the new race for people to oppress, and then we can feel like, oh, like we have to band together. But I don't even know if that'll help us, honestly.
That's true, because then they'll find a way to be like, okay, they will oppress them, but they'll still oppress us. They still will.
Yeah.
They find a way. Look, let me tell you something. White people are like the kings and queens of boredom. How the fuck you think shit got colonized in the first place? These motherfuckers got bored and said, let's sail halfway across the world with no technology, and let's go find out what's in other places. Oh shit, what's this? Oh, we can own this. Let's take these people over there. We so bored. You know, that's what's been going on. They're gonna find a way. And that's the problem, is that it's always been, I'm bored. Let's find a way to be more powerful. Like, it's just like, I think that what is always gonna be true is that, and I think that every white person should hear this, and I think that they should just listen to it. I think the sad truth is, the more that you need to prove to yourself that you are the most powerful, the least amount of power you really have. I think that the more you're sitting there, it's all an ego, and I think I think what would be so beautiful is one day, and I don't know if this is realistic or not, I feel like one day I hope that every black person can find out their complete set of roots, and I hope everyone just like starts like embedding themselves into their cultures, because I think that would be such a slap in the face to every fucking colonizer that had ever existed. Is if we just all started to do us and do what our ancestors did regardless.
Just come together and just support us and funnel all of our support, our money, our resources into each other and into our own, like, there's amazing things we could do. It's just, the odds are just forever stacked against us, it seems.
Yeah.
I want to go back to you personally, you being especially a creative and entertainer. Not only with this happening right now, with so many innocent black men and women, just black people period, just being killed. We're also in a pandemic. So I want to know, how has it been for you creating art without I guess seeming tone deaf to what's going on? Because I feel like you do a very good job of that.
So, one thing that I've really been trying to focus on in this time is I needed to, and the pandemic sort of contributed to this. I have been working on my second studio album for literally a year, and I've been like kind of procrastinating. So with the pandemic, I was like, okay, I'm able to like work on this. And with the whole movement right now, the protests and everything, it kind of made me say, okay, how can I be online and not contribute to, how can I not, I don't know how to explain it. I just stopped posting, kind of, and I said everything I post is just gonna be about the community, and I'm not really taking an L for it much, because I just want to work on my album, so I'm just like working on that. And you know, I was thinking about it. I've also been doing like readings and stuff. Like I've been reading like tarot and stuff on the side to make some coin. And I was like, you know, if I can do something, like what I've been trying to do is give give a discount to my Black clientele as well, because I know a lot of people just want guidance, or like I want to do something that's like able to do for community, that's allowing me to give back to the community more than just my activism. Because I feel like one thing that happens is like we all want to do more and more and more and more, and we always feel like, I don't know, but like I even feel like I'm not doing enough, and I wish that I could be out there protesting and stuff, and you know, but one, I have religious restrictions right now because I just became a priest in Ocha, and one thing that is a taboo for me is being in crowds, and that's a whole ass crowd. And
can I just commend you on like this amazing commitment that you've made, and also like just having to wear white as long as you have, like, because there would have been stains all over me every single second. Like, bless you for that.
Oh my god, me and my boyfriend, we eating so much curry, and literally, like, I always get curry stains, and I'm just like, damn. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna get this out now?
Hey, what's up? This is Mac on Demand. So remember that this is only a portion of the interview, and if you want to hear the full clip, head on over to our podcast.